Clearcoat erosion and long-term film thinning represent the final stage of coating life, where the paint system does not fail suddenly, but is gradually consumed by its environment. Unlike cracking, corrosion, or chemical etching, erosion is a cumulative loss mechanism driven by countless low-energy events acting over years. By the time erosion becomes visible, the coating has already sacrificed much of its protective capacity. Clearcoat erosion begins at the surface through a combination of mechanical abrasion, chemical dissolution, and weathering-driven polymer breakdown. Rain, dust, washing, windborne particles, and environmental fallout continuously interact with the paint surface. Individually, these interactions are harmless, but collectively, they remove microscopic amounts of material with each exposure cycle. UV radiation plays a critical enabling role. As Clearcoat polymers degrade through oxidation and chain scission, the surface layer becomes weaker and more brittle. This degraded layer is more easily removed by mechanical action, such as car washing or rain impact. What appears as simple cleaning is often accelerated material loss once the polymer network has been compromised. Washing-induced erosion is one of the most underestimated contributors. Automatic car washes, abrasive brushes, and even frequent manual washing with contaminated sponges apply shear stress to the surface. On a healthy clear coat, this causes minimal damage, but on a UV-aged surface, it progressively removes degraded polymer, thinning the film year after year. Environmental chemistry further accelerates erosion. Acidic contaminants soften the clear coat surface, reducing cohesive strength. During drying, the softened polymer contracts, making it easier for subsequent mechanical action to remove material. This synergy between chemical attack and abrasion is a primary driver of rapid film loss in harsh climates. Film thinning has direct optical and functional consequences. As clear coat thickness decreases, UV protection for the base coat diminishes. Light scattering increases due to micro-roughness, reducing gloss and distinctness of image. Metallic and pearlescent effects lose depth as the optical path through the clear coat shortens and becomes less uniform. Cross-link density again governs behavior. Highly cross-linked clear coats resist early erosion, but once degraded, tend to shed material in brittle fragments. More flexible systems erode more gradually, but may show earlier gloss loss. OEM clear coats are engineered to erode in a controlled, predictable manner rather than catastrophically. Additives influence erosion resistance, but cannot prevent it. Abrasion-resistant additives improve scratch resistance, but offer limited benefit once UV degradation has weakened the polymer network. Stabilizers delay surface breakdown, indirectly slowing erosion, but their eventual depletion makes film loss inevitable. OEM durability validation evaluates erosion indirectly through combined testing. UV exposure followed by wash simulation, humidity cycling, and mechanical abrasion tests are used to reproduce real-world thinning behavior. Thickness loss measurements and gloss retention trends provide insight into end-of-life appearance performance. From a diagnostic standpoint, clear coat erosion appears as uniform gloss loss, loss of color depth, increased surface roughness, and reduced resistance to staining. Paint thickness measurements reveal gradual reduction in clear coat thickness, particularly on horizontal surfaces and high wear areas such as door handles and roof edges. Corrective actions are limited once erosion is advanced. Polishing removes additional material and may accelerate end-of-life failure if used aggressively. Repainting is the only permanent restoration. From an engineering standpoint, the goal is not to eliminate erosion, but to ensure sufficient initial film build and durability so that erosion occurs beyond the vehicle's expected service life. Clear coat erosion is not a defect in the traditional sense. It is the natural endpoint of organic coating systems exposed to the environment. A coating that erodes slowly, uniformly, and predictably has done its job successfully. Premature erosion, however, signals imbalance in UV resistance, chemistry, or film thickness. Clear coat erosion reminds us that automotive coatings are sacrificial barriers. They are designed to absorb environmental damage so that the vehicle structure and appearance remain acceptable for as long as possible. When erosion appears late in life, it reflects sound durability engineering rather than failure. If you've observed widespread gloss loss, thinning clear coat, or increased staining on older vehicles, share your observations in the comments. In the next episode, we'll wrap up the durability and weathering family by connecting appearance approval limits, customer perception, and end-of-life paint decisions into one final OEM perspective.